What's up, everybody? We got a new video for you right here at the Wallace Farm and Sawmill, and I am over by a pile of very large logs, and we are on the tractor right now. So let's get one of these very large logs, and we're going to saw it into something very special and needed right here on the Sawmill and Farm. As you guys can see, we still got a couple real big boys left over here. And this one here was saved in particular for a project right here. We're going to use this for some siding on the barn. If you guys notice anything about that log, I want you to notice that it's pretty slick with no knots. No knots. That's the word I was looking for. There's no knots on it, so it should be pretty much imperfection free. There's not really anything going on there. And I got to thinking hard, and I talked with my buddy Joe, and we have decided we're going to do wide siding. So I'm going to square that log up to where it gets a good square, probably somewhere in the neighborhood 16, 18 inches wide is what we're going to end up getting those boards to be off that.
That's some big boards.
Yeah, and they're going to be 3/4 thick, and we're going to go nail those up today because I've prepared a wall right on the barn ready to go for these. So I am going to enjoy this because it's going to go up fast and quick. We're going to get a lot of footage of sawing. There's going to be a little footage of us installing some of this. And I've even got, if you stay tuned, I've got a special way determined of how to cut these boards quick and get them put up fast.
So we're going to take the tape measure and go see exactly how big this log is.
So we're on the big end now.
We're on the big end.
Which technically should be turned on the other side of the mill.
Yeah, about 27, you think?
28.
28?
No, that's 28.
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah, true. Now let's go with the little end.
Let's see, 28 on the big end, which technically, guys, we could turn it the other way, but we got a real sharp band, so it's going to be fine. Where are we at here? 28 by 25. That's not much taper.
Not much. How long is it?
Might as well check and see. We're giving you guys all the specs on this log. And if you don't think this is a big log, well, they must grow them a lot bigger where you're at.
This is 11-foot long.
11-footer. So it's actually longer than we need for this project. I'm pretty sure for this project, we could end up probably getting away with a 9.5-foot log. But let's just saw it at what it is, and the drop-offs can be used for something else. My cousin's working on some chicken project stuff right now, so I've been giving him a bunch of my drop-off stuff that he can use for that stuff. So,
and a lot of the drop-offs that we use for our chicken pen out there turned into chicken nest boxes. So
yeah,
nice.
Some of the chicken pen stuff we were building, we ended up cutting like 14, 18 inches off of, and I made a bunch of chicken boxes out of those. So sometimes the side cuts or the overcut of length, it still finds a home. So let's get this guy up on the sawmill, and then we're going to saw it. This is pretty good size log, not a monster, and that's a good thing because we got a very large log, but fully capable of this mill handling every bit of that. So that means it's up there with, being a big boy, but the sawmill can totally handle it, and we don't have to break out the chainsaw and all of those things that I don't like to do.
This should be a fast and easy one.
She said it. That may have jinxed it. I'm not sure.
Sorry.
Fast and easy. we got that big boy log to width now. So let me tell you guys what we ended up with. We ended up with a 20-inch wide cant.
That's a big cant.
Which is wide pine siding. So the plan is we're gonna cut it at that full width, and we're gonna use it for siding at that full width, and then we'll do battens over the joints. Wider the board, the less joints. Also, got to keep in mind, guys, the wider the board, the better you should secure it, because wide boards can cup. So we're gonna have to make sure she's nailed in good and held up tight. But I think this is gonna make some really cool siding. It's gonna go up fast, that's for sure.
For sure.
You're covered 20 inches in a single board, can't help but go fast. Let's get this cut down. This is gonna take a few minutes because it's wide cuts, slow cuts, and you gotta go a lot of them there. So let's get in it. We got it chopped up all the way down, guys. Now, the goal was to get at least 18 boards, because 18 boards would fully cover the sawmill or the barn project. The barn wall. So, we got over 18 boards.
We got it.
So, technically, we have enough to do the entire one side of the barn, which would only leave one side in the back left. So, we would be halfway finished with this large project for 2 people. It's very large. So
it's been big.
Check this out. I spoke earlier about my secret way to get this all cut at one time and make it fast, and it's a chainsaw. So we're going to go over there to that wall. Being that it's a straight wall, we don't want any of our boards touching the ground. We don't want them wicking up moisture into the walls, causing rot, termites, all kind of other problems you can have. So your lumber needs to be up off the ground. So what we're thinking is we're going to go over there, take our tape measure. We're going to take you right now, and we're going to find the median distance, you know, whatever the average distance is, what it needs to be, the board width, and we're going to come over here and we're going to make one cut to square the end with a chainsaw, and then we're going to make one cut on length, and we're going to do the whole wall. So the cutting is going to be done in a squaring and a single cut. So 2 cuts, all the boards, and that should be half of the barn's siding done. Let's go get that measurement now and then see if we can make this happen. So we don't want the boards touching the ground. That would be I could get a 91-inch board there. Let's see what we need here. Now this one is going to go a little bit more. 91 would work right there. You cut it 91 inches and it will go all the way down that wall. Oh, and I forgot to mention, actually didn't even know I was being recorded right there. Miss Brittany is on about the business right now. She's getting it done. But I've been doing a lot of dirt work here. We had a water problem where water was coming off of the building, staying up next to it and trying to run back into the building. Obviously, because we've never even finished the stall or used this stall here. And I was like, we got to fix this. So we actually came in with a grater blade behind the tractor and we tilted all this, sloped it down. I think about, watch right here, somewhere in this neighborhood, I'm still going to have to scrape about 2 inches out here. And I believe everything is then going to go out through the pasture and woods there. But I lowered this a good 6 inches right here so that the barn is technically raised by this being lowered. So we got frickin' frack, Samson and Jasper right here, looking fat and pretty.
Look at that booty.
Yeah, let's see if they're scared of my tape. What if my tape got an electric fence?
Oh, yeah, that would be great. We would laugh at you for sure.
Look, are you scared of it? Huh, Samson?
Sure. Like, what is that?
Jasper, what about this? I scratch your head with that. Y'all,
Jasper's like, okay.
Jasper is the epitome of a gentle giant. He just could care less. I'm going to come in here and put a load of rock because they stand right here all the time thinking they're going to come into the barn and get fed like 60 times a day. So I might have to put a load of rock right here because they're obviously just going to stand here all the time. But let's go get that done. Let's go get those boards cut to 91 inches, and then we're going to come in here and lay all this out quick and fast with a nail gun.
Boop. Top fill.
I'm going to go right here now. Got to hit it 2 different directions to keep it square. So with a chainsaw, you got to see it.
Yeah, true.
I got to get it lined up with the bar this way and then come straight down that bar. Perfect, it won't be. Close, it will be.
That's all we need.
And close is good enough for this scenario. You have trim out boards on the top. The trim out board gives you adjustment in height because you can move the boards up and down to make them perfect. And then a trim out board covers everything. So we've thought it through.
Alright, so he's going to sit them down and shift the forks over, but he's going to try to be very careful when he does it not to move the boards because they're already squared on that end. You could go over a little bit more. That's good. I think he's far over enough now. That looks like it'll work.
It'll work.
nice stack of boards there. Now we got a nice load of lumber that is ready to be nailed onto the barn. The last board on the wall did not need to be 20 inches. It needed to be 13 and a half. So we're going to rip that right here on the forks and get the last board hung up.
Here we go.
Don't want to get in that electric fence.
Check it out, guys. I got sweat from head to toe right now, but Brittany and I weren't really expecting to be able to come out here and knock that out as fast as we did.
We did that super fast.
There are batten strips going to eventually go over every gap. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like 16, 17 batten strips. And if you look up here at the top, there's going to be a 1x4, 1x6, something like that, trimming out all the way down through there. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm gonna have to back up in a moment and get you a little camera angle all the way back through here. But finally getting all the siding on the outside feels really, really, really nice.
It does.
It kind of encloses the building on the inside. Feels a little more finished, so we're extremely excited about that. So here's a little overview of it. You can kind of see the corner as it goes forward there. Looking good. I really like the wide plank siding. Here is a little frontal view. We still got a lot to go, but man, that looks so much better having that sided all the way down. Look at that nice straight wall. Bloop, disappears. Got the old truck over here. I'm gonna take you in here for a moment, show you what I've been working on. Got the truck loaded down with all kind of building materials. You know, we're always building here, but check this out. Been working on this guy. Got a brooder box. We'll have 1 bay, 2 bays, and 3 bays for raising chicks. Got to build a lid for this right now. We actually built this. There's an inside view.
Yeah, it looks great.
Through there. Still got to get this back wall, one over on the back side, and the whole big wall on the back. But we're getting somewhere finally. But this brooder box is really nice. I've been working on that last night and this morning and finished up. Just got to build a lid and hang the lights. What you think about that, Britt?
It looks really nice.
I know.
I think that's how we do is work.
It is. We're always building. Guys, when you're building a farm and sawmill from absolute scratch, you have to start with zero infrastructure and build your way up. So we are constantly building, but you know what? One day, hopefully we can look back on this as we're older and be like, man, I'm glad we built this, we built that, we did this, we did that. I think that I'm probably always going to be building stuff, though.
Probably.
This is what I do for fun. I was out here last night working on this at 9 o'clock because who wants to watch TV, you know? Why do that when you can be working on your farm? Guys, we are going to wind this one down now. If you would, wait, we got to announce the winner of the number.
Almost forgot.
Random number generator contest from Wednesday. Let's go. Going over now to hit that random number. All right, we got a random number generator pulled up here. I'm going to put our max number at 1,000. So 1 to 1,000 is where we're going, and I'm going to press generate now. 750. Now we got to go to the comments and see if we got a 750 guess. I did a search in the video comments. I found we had no 750s. Let's go back. Let's get another number rolling. If 750 is not going to be it, 824. Let's see if you're it. Well, 824 was nobody as well. We're going to go again. 436. Check it out. We got a winner, 436. We had to draw 3 to even find one that was the guess, but we got 436. Whiskey Dale, you're the winner. Whiskey Dale, send us an email. Let us know your information and comment your email down here. We'll email back to you. So if you comment your email, we can get back with you and get your free month of Patreon. Man, we appreciate you guys sticking through with us all the way to the end. We've been building, we've been getting it, and the barn is finally coming together. We got half of the barn siding done, and we're going to get the other half done, and I got to get a lot of batten work done. It's going to be a lot, but it's coming together. It's been a lot of work. We've been at it like 9 months off and on, which we did take a lot off in the winter. We had to do some hunting and stuff like that. We couldn't be working all winter long.
Work all the time.
Yeah, I like to sweat when I'm working. I don't want to freeze. Anyway, guys, just having fun. Appreciate every one of you guys that watch and follow along. If you would, please take the time right now. It is costing you nothing to subscribe, and it costs nothing to like and comment on this video. We appreciate each and every one of you, and help boost us up. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. Till next time.
See ya.
Bam.